In the midst of the ordinary, the extraordinary thrives. It breathes in the hearts of those who live with bipolar disorder, a mental condition often misunderstood and stigmatized. Bipolar disorder, formerly known as manic depression, is a mental health condition that causes extreme mood swings. These include emotional highs known as mania or hypomania and lows or depression. These shifts can be so drastic that an individual may feel as though they're on an emotional roller coaster with the ride operator nowhere in sight. But let's dive a bit deeper. Imagine having a mind that never takes a break. 1 minute you're filled with such euphoria that you can conquer the world, and the next, you're plunged into an abyss of despair that makes even the simplest tasks seem insurmountable. That's the reality for many living with bipolar disorder. Now let's hear from those who experience it firsthand. It's like being trapped in a storm, says one individual. The calm periods are beautiful, but the storm always returns. Another shares, I feel everything, every emotion, every high and every low. It's exhausting, but it's also part of who I am. These testimonies highlight just how deeply bipolar disorder can impact daily life. However, it's essential to remember that bipolar disorder is not a one-size-fits-all condition. It manifests differently in different people. Some may experience more depressive periods, while others may predominantly experience mania. The inconsistency of the disorder can make it challenging to manage, but it's far from impossible. Yet, despite these challenges, those living with bipolar disorder are not defined by their condition. They are individuals with dreams, talents, and the capacity to lead fulfilling lives. They are parents, children, friends, and colleagues. They are artists, engineers, teachers, and more. They are above all human beings deserving of empathy, understanding, and respect. To walk a mile in their shoes is to tread a path of resilience, bravery, and relentless hope. As we delve into the complexities of bipolar disorder, let us approach it with open hearts and minds. For in understanding, we foster compassion, and in compassion, we find the strength to support those we love. Imagine being on top of the world one moment and plunging into an abyss the next. That's the reality for those living with bipolar disorder. The highs and lows of this condition are like a seesaw, tipping from one extreme to the other. On one side, you have the manic episodes where the person feels invincible, bursting with energy, ideas, and plans. Imagine feeling as though you could run a marathon, write a bestseller, and solve world hunger, all in the span of a few hours. The world is vibrant, full of possibility, and you are at the center of it all. This is the high in bipolar disorder. However, as night follows day, the low follows the high. The depressive episodes in bipolar disorder are a stark contrast to the manic highs. The world that seems so bright and inviting becomes dark and threatening. Energy is replaced with fatigue, enthusiasm with apathy, and joy with a profound sadness. It's like being stuck in an endless tunnel with no light at the end. Listen to how one patient describes it. When I'm manic, I feel like I can do anything. I don't need sleep, I have a million ideas, and I'm on top of the world. But when the depression hits, it's like falling into a black hole. Everything is heavy. Even getting out of bed feels like climbing Mount Everest. Another shares, during my manic phases, I'm the life of the party. I'm funny, I'm witty, I'm unstoppable, but then the switch flips and I can't even muster the energy to smile. It's like I'm two different people. And yet another states, I live a life of extremes. When I'm high, it's like I'm in a speedboat racing across the ocean, but when I'm low, I'm sinking, drowning in a sea of despair. It's a roller coaster ride, an unpredictable journey, but it's a part of who they are. Understanding these highs and lows is the first step towards empathy, support, and unconditional love for those living with bipolar disorder. For them, it's not just a condition, it's their reality. And for us, it's a chance to show our unwavering support and love. When one person in the family has bipolar disorder, everyone feels the ripple effect. Imagine throwing a stone into a still pond. The stone in this case is bipolar disorder. As it plunges into the water, it disturbs the tranquility, sending out waves that disrupt the peaceful balance. That's what it's like when a loved one is diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The family dynamics shift as everyone tries to adjust to the new reality. You see, living with someone who has bipolar disorder isn't just about weathering the storm of their manic highs and depressive lows. It's about the subtle changes, the daily struggles, and the constant need for understanding. It's about the way siblings might feel overlooked as the family's focus gravitates towards the one needing support. It's about the strain on a marriage when one partner becomes a caretaker, as well as a spouse. In interviews with family members, we heard stories of resilience, of love tested and strengthened. One mother shared how she had to learn to separate the disorder from her child, to remember that the outbursts were not a reflection of her parenting, but symptoms of an illness. A husband spoke of the loneliness of missing the woman he married during her depressive episodes and fearing her recklessness during her manic ones. But amidst the challenges, there were also tales of growth. Siblings becoming more empathetic, families learning to communicate better, bonds solidifying in the face of adversity. Because when faced with a challenge like bipolar disorder, you either let it break you, or you use it to build stronger connections. Living with a loved one with bipolar disorder can be a roller coaster of emotions. There are days when the ride is thrilling, filled with laughter and joy. And there are days when it's terrifying, filled with tears and fears. But at the end of the day, family is about sticking together, through the highs and the lows. It's not just about dealing with the disorder, it's about understanding, supporting and loving the person behind it. In the midst of the storm, being a beacon of light can make all the difference. This statement rings true for families navigating the turbulent waters of bipolar disorder. But how can we be that beacon of light for our loved ones? Firstly, it's important to educate ourselves about bipolar disorder. Understanding the complexities of this condition can help us empathize more deeply and respond more effectively during manic and depressive episodes. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the power to provide meaningful support. Secondly, communication is key. During manic episodes, encourage your loved one to express their feelings without judgment. It's crucial to maintain a calm and patient demeanor, as this can help diffuse potential tension. In depressive episodes, simple words of reassurance can go a long way. Remind them that they are not alone, and that their feelings are valid. Thirdly, involve mental health professionals in the journey. They can provide invaluable guidance and strategies to manage these episodes. They can also help you understand when to intervene and when to step back, ensuring that your support is effective and not intrusive. Now let's hear from some families who have successfully navigated these episodes. One family emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries, stating, "We had to learn to distinguish between the disorder and our loved one. This helped us to react less to the symptoms and more to the person we love." Another family highlights the power of positivity, sharing, "We make a point to celebrate small victories. It reminds us that progress is possible, even on the bad days." Lastly, remember to take care of yourself too. Supporting someone with bipolar disorder can be emotionally draining. Self-care is not selfish. By taking care of your own mental health, you're better equipped to be a steady source of support for your loved one. Support is not just about being there, it's about being there in the right way. So, let's be that beacon of light. Educated, communicative, guided by professionals, celebrating victories, setting boundaries, and practicing self-care. We can make a difference in the lives of our loved ones living with bipolar disorder. In between the extremes, there are good days, days of calm and normalcy. These are the moments to cherish. When living with someone who has bipolar disorder, it's crucial to make the most of these good days. These periods of stability provide a breather, a time to reconnect and rebuild. They are moments of normalcy that offer a critical respite, not just for the person with bipolar disorder but for the entire family. So, how can we utilize these good days? One essential way is through open communication. These are the times when conversation flows smoothly, when understanding is reached without the fog of mania or the weight of depression. It's an opportunity to express feelings, concerns, and hopes. It's a chance to discuss plans for the future, to set realistic goals, and to prepare for the challenges that may lie ahead. Another significant aspect is shared activities. Engage in things that you all love doing together. It could be a family meal, a movie night, a walk in the park, or even a day trip. These activities not only strengthen bonds but also create beautiful memories that can be a source of comfort during challenging times. Now let's consider some experiences shared by families. One mother recalls how her daughter's good days were spent in exploring new recipes and cooking together. The aroma of their favorite dishes would fill the house, but more importantly, those days filled their hearts with joy and their minds with precious memories. A husband shares how he and his wife would spend her good days gardening, a shared passion that brought them closer and gave them a sense of accomplishment. Remember, these good days are not about forgetting the bipolar disorder. They are about celebrating the person, recognizing their strength, and cherishing the love and bond you share. They are about creating a reservoir of positive experiences that can provide strength and resilience in the face of adversity. The good days are not just breaks from the storm, they're reminders of the sunshine that always follows. At the heart of it all, love and acceptance are the most powerful tools a family can offer. Unconditional love and acceptance aren't just words, they're actions, they're feelings, they're a lifeline to someone living with bipolar disorder. It's all too easy to let a diagnosis overshadow the person. The highs and lows, the manic and depressive episodes, they can all become a part of the person's identity. But it's crucial to remember that they are not the disorder. They are a person, first and foremost, someone with dreams, aspirations, and a unique personality. Unconditional love means seeing that person, not just the disorder. It's about being there, rain or shine, through the highs and the lows, and loving them all the same. It's about understanding their struggles, their fears, and standing by them, offering a shoulder to lean on, a hand to hold, and a heart to understand. Acceptance, on the other hand, is about acknowledging the reality of the situation. It's about understanding that the journey might be tough, that there will be good days and bad days, and accepting them as part of the journey. It's about not letting the disorder define the person, but rather, allowing the person to define themselves. The importance of these two facets cannot be understated. They are the pillars of support that can mean the difference between despair and hope, isolation and companionship, fear and courage. We've heard from numerous individuals living with bipolar disorder who express their deep appreciation for their family's love and acceptance. They've shared how this unwavering support has helped them navigate through the toughest of times, and how it's given them the strength to fight, to hope, and to live. So let's remember this. Unconditional love and acceptance are not just about tolerance or sympathy. They're about empathy, understanding, patience, and most importantly, they're about seeing the person beyond the disorder. It's not the disorder that defines the person, but the love, acceptance, and resilience that truly matters. Living with bipolar disorder is not a tragedy but a testament of resilience and strength. As we have learned today, this mental health condition presents a unique set of challenges, but it also reveals the remarkable spirit of those who navigate its highs and lows. We've traversed the landscape of bipolar disorder, from the manic peaks to the depressive valleys. We've seen the impact it has on individuals and their families, and recognized the courage it takes to stand by a loved one during these oscillating periods. We've also explored the importance of being a pillar of support, to be there in the tumultuous times and to celebrate the good days because they do come, and they are every bit as important. In the voices of those who experience bipolar disorder and their families, we hear a common thread of hope, resilience, and unshakable love. We've heard from parents who have learned to navigate their children's episodes with patience and understanding. We've heard from spouses who have stood by their partners, weathering the storm together. We've heard from friends who have learned to see past the condition and cherish the person within. And it's in these shared experiences, these moments of triumph, that we see the power of unconditional love and acceptance. This love is not blind to the realities of bipolar disorder, but it sees beyond them. It recognizes the person, not just the condition. It celebrates the good days and provides a safety net for the bad ones. It's a love that says, "I'm here for you, no matter what." It's important to remember that while bipolar disorder is a part of their lives, it does not define them. They are more than their diagnosis. They are individuals with dreams, aspirations, talents, and abilities. They are parents, children, spouses, friends. They are artists, professionals, athletes, scholars. In the end, it's not about the disorder, it's about the person. And every person has a story worth telling, a life worth living, and a heart worth loving. Let's continue to spread awareness, understanding, and most importantly, unconditional love. Because love in all its forms has the power to transform lives.